Beware of this man giving people gifts on social media. He is a cult leader. I was once his servant. The cult is one of the most dangerous dark forces. Their strength comes from frequent human sacrifice they made. They mainly operate on road, especially on public holidays. The evil cult is in Kenya, Botswana, Zambia, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. The leader stays here in South Africa. They have their own buses written. Hello viewers, welcome once again to another educative episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Solution Uncle. If you're still new in this show, we publish lifetime confessions. Usually we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. Listeners, if you have a challenge, don't go to the forest and commit suicide. Feel free to share your problem with us. It's for free. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. And today in this video, we have 3 confessions, so don't go anywhere. We have a confession of this man who is saying he was saving this cult leader who is giving gifts. After giving you the gift, a funeral will happen at your family. It's either you or one of your relatives who die. And there's this other man who is saying, I married a witch. Can you please help me? Also, there's another person who is saying we were involved in rituals when we were still growing up. So don't miss out on those confessions. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste your time. Let's go straight into the stories. Yellow Solution Uncle, please hide my identity. I once saved a cult leader and ran away after noticing it. I grew up in Lilongwe in Malawi. My father died before I was even born. Grew up staying with my mother. Mom was a forex and man dealer. She had partners who were staying in South Africa who gave her money to do her dealings in Malawi. In Lilongwe, there is a lot of people who are willing to move to South Africa. Those people will be in need of funds, and Mom did it for them. Mom was a single mother, but she managed to bring food on the table for us. After I finished high school, Mom used that connection with those South Africans so I can find a job. They have their own businesses. One of them owned buses. They have their buses written different brand names I can't mention because they will sue me. When I moved to South Africa, the man assigned me to be a conductor in one of his buses. It took me almost 6 months to notice I was staying with an evil man like that. He pretended to be a Christian. One could not suspect. He gave a lot of people gifts, especially on Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups. After giving, he was to buy more buses. So, since I moved to South Africa, I have been dreaming my late father crying. I did not know the meaning of the dream. On another Friday, the boss was not feeling well. He was not even able to walk alone. Then told me to accompany him to the garage. As he used to go to the garage every night. We went to the garage. He has a 2 liters bottle with human semen. Started putting it on the seats. He promised to give me a car and a house if I was not to tell anyone. Just because of that promise, I never told anyone. I became a full servant doing all the evil work. At night we'll be in the buses, shining the seats with this semen. This semen will be in connection with all the ladies who will be in the buses and who will be having the access to their blood, and the blood will be used in the ritual processes. After we are connected to someone, anyone from your family is supposed to die. Sometimes they kill directly. Those buses are involved in accidents. That's why you see most of these people, they have different brand names on their buses. It's because of that spiritual, because there are many transport owners who are connected to the cult. The cult is in Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Malawi, and many other countries I can mention. The list is endless. I was being used in many days. During Christmas, they are targeting a lot of liters from the car accidents and bus accidents. During Easter holiday, they will be targeting a lot of those. So since I started being used with this cult, the men always have that look on me sometimes because my ancestors were protecting me. My father was coming to my dreams, telling me to go back home and leave this cultist alone. All this made them not to be able to control me. I chose to move out before I even sacrificed any relative. But today, I think it's best I should expose them because I know most of your relatives, some of you will be traveling in this Easter holiday. Don't forget to pray. If you don't pray, you will be in trouble. That's why you see most of you will be having spiritual husbands, being attacked spiritually after holidays. It's because you meet different people in these public transports. I saw the confession of those public combis and I find it related to my story. Currently, I am working at a church. I am a cleaner at that church. I am fully back to the Christ. Please, Solution Angle, tell your listeners to be aware when they travel during these public holidays. Please hide my identity. I will be in trouble. I will be sued. I know you might be listening to your shows. Our next confession is as follows. Please hide my identity. I want to seek ideas and views from your audience. I grew up staying with my maternal uncle. My maternal relatives are from Chikunda tribe of Malawi. They believe in using juju so much. Uncle owned a small canteen in town. There was a flower at his homestead. He fed with our urine. All of my uncle's siblings are dead, including my mother. He was one taking care and looking after the children of the late siblings. My father died and I moved to the uncle's place. Every morning he came to take us to the flower. His kids did not go to the flower with us, only us sons and daughters of his siblings. Now we are fully grown up. No child of his siblings he stayed with is making it in life. His firstborn is a doctor, whilst the lastborn is a manager at a shoe factory. No one of us children of his siblings is a wife or husband. Since I was growing up, I never have a girlfriend. Moved to tertiary education. Now I have been in a relationship with this lady. In fact, I'm a final year student doing my internship and she is in level 3. We love each so much. I love this lady to an extent that I wanted to see my uncle. That was last year. For your side of the story, both their parents were divorced and once a while one of them calls here. She refused to see my relatives and I let it go because you can't force someone into a relationship. Last year she told me that your phone has developed a fault and she wanted a new one, which is iPhone XR. Well, I intended getting it for her, but I stopped for a while to see your patience. The way she suddenly changed made me not to buy it for her again. I once used an iPhone which I wanted to give it to her, but she refused to accept. Ever since that happened, anytime I called her after greetings, she won't say anything until you begin to ask her certain things. We can be on call for more than 30 minutes with talking each other and it's really irritating. So I decided to call or text her and she won't even call also. Please, I would like to know from your noble audience, what should I do? Because unless I start a conversation with her and ask her questions before she will reply or she won't. As all this was happening, my cousin was in the process of getting married. They were planning their marriage with their boyfriend. The boyfriend suddenly went missing. At one point, she was taken by the police. They were assuming she might be someone who know the whereabouts of her boyfriend because it is said she is the person who last saw him. uncle did not care. He did not even pay a visit when he was in remand, when she was in remand. So all the children who he used are suffering. He bribes all our elderly relatives. They trust, respect, and love him. If one tries to complain, they saw him as someone with disobedience. You will be hated by all the relatives. Thank you for your attention. This is my problem. Is it spiritual or it's just a minor problem which can be solvable? The next confession is as follows. Hello Solution Uncle, please hide my identity. I am with a woman for the past 2 years. Your mom is no more and she was always fighting with your stepmother or your other siblings your dead years with the stepmother. It was very serious that the dad sacked her from home and I took her in. There is this thing which started happening when we moved in together. She don't want to go to church, yet I'm a person grew up as a Christian. At the end, I got used to it and proceeded going alone like what I used to do. But even though she would be very angry the war of the following week, so I started going to a white garment prophet seeking knowledge on what might be the cause of all this. 4 white garments prophets I saw different times say she is connected to a cult and they are in the process of sacrificing me. Another prophet gave me water to pour on her underwears. I did it and believed she has changed. And at that time, we were dating for like 4 months. So I learned of this restaurant and shop bar job and I linked her to it. Her work was to wash the plates. She didn't want to do it, but I kept talking to her and she accepted. She always had a headache over the job and later stopped going. Now she doesn't make an effort. She is okay with being home and she has been talking about marriage. But this is a girl who hates when I talk of finding work. How can I marry someone like this with my small salary and have kids in it? Even now, it's just big grace that we live from month to month. I have told her to go back and beg her dad cause I can't continue feeding her like this. We fight over it cause she doesn't want to go. So on Saturday, when she went to see a friend, I packed her things and put them on a porch. Then when she returned, I took her key from her. This girl stayed on the porch and cried the whole day for other tenants to be begging for her. I felt bad and let her in. We are now back to square one. No change. Please tell me how to handle this girl. I really love her, but she has become a burden to me. Also, I'm afraid she's still connected to the evil cult. What should I do on this issue? Please, Solution Uncle and followers. The next confession is as follows. Hello, Solution Uncle. As usual, hide my identity. I believe I have a demon in me which is always putting me in trouble with ladies. I was born and raised in Marondera, Zimbabwe. My parents both worked for city council as general hand workers. They were being given low wages. My parents could not even manage to pay our fees. Because of that, I stopped going to school and migrated to Johannesburg, South Africa. I started working as a gardener to this other man. We created a strong bond to the extent that he started treating me as his son. He thought I was an orphan as I told him. I started going to school till I passed for tertiary education. I met this lady in 2021 when I was doing my internship. We met online. We were happily enjoying our relationship until she told me of a traveling opportunity she had. Raised money was a problem, so I needed to support her with the little I have. Later on, this lady came to tell me the traveling processes were a scam and that she has been scammed. What? My hard earning money. I'm confused right now and don't know what to do. If I call this lady, she doesn't answer my calls. Neither would she reply my messages. She has relocated from where she used to stay to. I don't know what to do. Please post this for me to get advices from your followers. Thank you. Well, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the confessions for today and our daily verse for today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be talking about it. Thank you so much to the people who confessed. We are learning from your stories. Sometimes in life we learn from other people's mistakes, and would like to appreciate that. Also, listeners, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment. Let's advise these people. Let's give them advice. Our daily verse for today is from Mark chapter 10 verse 27. Jesus looked at them and said, "With men this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God." Everything is possible with God. Let's focus. Let's pray God all the time. Let's pray in the morning, in the afternoon, before sleeping. Let's pray before traveling. I'm sure you heard about that confession of a man who is giving people gifts. The devil knows sometimes will be relaxing, so you don't need to relax. Let's go and pray before sleeping. You have to pray. When you wake up in the morning, pray. Midday, pray. And God will bless you. Listeners, I would like to take this time to say, can we please pray for this other listener who is not feeling well? She is still recovering from a stroke. Let's include her in our prayers. I won't mention her name because of her secret reasons. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love you are giving Solution Uncle and the show. We are still surviving. Since that day I said I am not receiving my money, you have been there for me, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was it for today. Until we meet again in other episodes. Bye for now.